Hey guys, happy Monday. We're not going to do a comic book equation. We're just going to be talking about Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man Far From Home just came out, and man, does it look good. It looked awesome. And there's so many Easter eggs, it just made me giddy. So let's just dive into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about, if you guys have paid attention, you might have noticed that during the whole, when they're in Italy, you might have seen a gondola that said ASM 212. If you don't know what it is, here's the clip. And there it is. So what that stands for, and that's just not any just random thing, it stands for Amazing Spider-Man issue number 212. Which is the introduction of Hydro Man. You guys might have seen him in the trailer, a guy made basically out of water. That's Hydro Man. He's an actual villain. Which was, I think, like, phenomenal. I thought it was a joke at first when I ran across it. I was like, oh, that can't be real. I think I totally missed that. And I looked at it in the trailer again, and I was like, holy cow, they actually did put that in there. That's amazing. As a Spider-Man fan, just like seeing that they're actually putting those little Easter eggs in there is just mind-boggling. So the next one we're going to talk about is the Nick Fury and Maria Hill scene where we see Sandman pop up. If you guys pay attention to the actual license plate that's on, that you see the car, you see Sandman popping up and there's a car and there's a license plate on it. The license plate reads 463, which stands for the first appearance of Sandman, which was in 1963 in Amazing Spider-Man issue number 4. Holy cow, like, what? Like, I didn't even catch that at first. And it's just like, watching again, it's just like, wow, they're really going with these Easter eggs of like issues that you can see the origins on. And the last little kind of Easter egg that they kind of put with license plates is, if you notice, there's a scene where like everyone's running off a bridge and there's a car. It looks like it's when they're in the Italy. It's on this scene right here. Okay, if you see right in the car right there, the car says 2865 September, SEP. Which stands for The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 28, which was released on September 1965, which is going to be the first appearance of Molten Man. Yes, there's a Molten Man. I didn't even know there was a Molten Man, but apparently there is. And that's going to be the first appearance. So we know that that's going to be one of the things. So we know about the license plates now. So let's go into more of like the costumes and the characters. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, and the one thing that I'm really excited for, is seeing the new costume that Spider-Man has, where it's black and red. Now, those color schemes and the way it looks like one of my favorite Spider-Man, called the Superior Spider-Man. The Superior Spider-Man was in Dan Slott's run, and it's basically where Doc Ock basically took over the mind of Peter Parker. Like, he was on his deathbed, he tricked Peter to coming in, switched bodies, and Peter dies, and Doc Ock lives in Peter's body. Basically, he becomes super smart, he becomes a better Spider-Man, a superior Spider-Man, and basically starts his own company. Like, Peter Parker starts his own company, becomes a billionaire, and like, it's the most like ruthless Spider-Man you'll ever see, but it was one of my favorites. Just how edgy he was. But you see that color scheme where it's black and red, and it looks exactly like it. I mean, here's a side-by-side picture of what they kind of look like, and you guys can, like, you know, put it in your own, but I really think he looks like that. Now, the second costume that you briefly see for a bit is the Spider-Man Noir costume. It's the stealth suit, they call it, but it really looks like Spider-Man Noir. If you guys have seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, you know what I'm talking about. But not that type of one. We'll do the one that's actually from the comic, like this one and this one. If you see this side by side, I mean, again, it looks pretty similar. So the last thing you see is Mysterio. Now, Mysterio is a special effects artist. He uses smoke and mirrors, not like wands like Harry Potter. And it's not magic we're talking about, not like Doctor Strange or anything like that. He's a special effects guy. So, you know, guys who do really good with special effects, they use smoke, mirrors, I mean, just trick of the hat. And what we also see is, it looks like he's a good guy, which is not the case at all. He's putting on a show. I mean, he's going to be putting on a show. There's not going to be a team up. There's not going to be anything. He's going to pretend to save the world, and he's really not going to be. He's going to be doing something else, probably stealing something of some sort. But that's going to be kind of interesting seeing. I mean, they got the classic look down. He looks exactly like he's from the comics. So I am actually really excited to see what they do with this film. One more thing. I totally forgot about this, and this is a theory, and I want you guys to comment down below if you think this is true. So if you look at when, in the beginning, where he's swinging, where Spider-Man's just swinging through New York, you see in the back, in one of the scenes, they're rebuilding it looks like Stark Tower, but it's all glass. Now, people are speculating that that's Sony dropping the bomb that the Fox deal already went through. And that building, because we knew in Homecoming someone had bought Stark's building, the Avenger Tower, but in the comics, the biggest building in New York is the Baxter Building, which is owned by the Fantastic Four. What does it look like? The Fantastic Four actually looks like what it is. It's all mirrors and stuff, and it just looks fantastic. And that's what you kind of see. And that's what people are kind of speculating that maybe that's the Baxter Building being built. Maybe that's their deal's finally going through, and they're gonna, by then it's gonna be, you know, hearsay. But again, I want to know down in the comments below if you guys think that's going to happen. Alright guys, that's it for this trailer breakdown. I want to know what you guys think of Spider-Man. Do you guys see any Easter eggs that I can catch? Put it down in the comments down below. If you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you do. We do a lot of cool things in this channel. Always on Wednesdays, we do a live stream where I do my pull list, where I always give away a digital code to one of the things that I pull this week. Yes, that diminishes the value of it, but I don't care. You guys are more valuable for me. So this week is actually a special week because it's a double week, because last week I was not able to do a pull list due to funds, but this week I will be able to pull my stuff from last week and pull my stuff from this week. And it's a doozy, so that means 2 giveaways, guys. Make sure you stick around for that if you haven't got that. And as always, guys, have a good Monday and peace out.